the 30th day of October 2020. Good afternoon to you wherever you are, and welcome to Pan-African Television News. My name is Abban. Now let's take a look at our headlines for today's bulletin. Now, on our local phone today, MPP independent candidates forced to step down. Also from that, Northern Region gets liquid and solid waste treatment plant. And in business today, we'll be doing Kingdom Exim Group of companies call on government to support cashew industry. Now, this and many other more coming up shortly, including business, including international, sports, and entertainment. Do stay with us. We'll be right back. Alright, so some few more days to the election, the December 7th polls, and here on Election Focus, we are committed in bringing you in-depth analysis and activities, running up to the December 7th polls. Now, let's do some stories relating to elections. Now, Member of Parliament for the Asin Central, Kennedy Japan, is pleading with the incumbent Member of Parliament for Femina, who is contesting on independent candidates in 2020 election, to resign his decision. He disclosed this at a campaign launch of the MPP parliamentary candidate for Femina, Philip Ofori Asante, I beg your pardon.
Kennedy Japan admitted that the leadership of the party erred in the decision they took against Andrew Zisiama, which forced him to go independent. The launch was heavily attended by party bigwigs and faithful admits, drumming and dancing. Former Member of Parliament for Femina, Atabuafo, called on the Member of Parliament to rescind his decision.
Constituency, any police station for you go to about any problem with you can say call independence. But yet to have a dear Bakwa, a bomb in the or so it is a Tibiano, Marian Mob. And then one say, someone by Junior. Mr. Minio Kuma is a mansa. Maybe a book of the enemy introduced to say, or no, and I make all this money. Mija, a platform issue. Namaste, Minia, as Yama. Sir, this is in our taking. Much remote, and yet, I look here, a choir, your first, and a toyama, and I get to be here for you. I from now.
A leading member of NPP in Ashanti region, Henry Kwabena Kokofo, was unperturbed about the presence of an independent candidate in Femina.
The independent candidate, yes, is the incumbent MP, all right, but we shouldn't forget that he did not go to Parliament on the ticket of independency. He went on the ticket of New Patriotic Party. So now that he's not going on the ticket of New Patriotic Party, he has lost the race in advance. There's no iota of truth that once he wins, he can join New Patriotic Party. Our laws and rules does not warrant that. All that we know is that we have a candidate called Philip Ofori Asante.
Kennedy Japan appealed to the sitting MP to consider his decision.
MPP party in watching. Party party no national decision on what taking. I'm against it. It is said. Now also it give exhaust all opportunities available to us. And some get to do at taking that decision. You don't make it sure say or also when your position. Say a Kasachra honorable Esiama. Now one dia don't vote for independent candidates. It is said. So we need now Kotuma independent candidate. Project Bakukura you remember heavy. If you don't want development for this constituency, you can vote for the independent candidate. Honorable Philip.
Still on election focus. Now, Care for Free and Fair Election Ghana, a civil society organization, has asked the Electoral Commission to publish the names of 30,000 names who have been expunged from the provisional register. The CSO, in a letter dated October 27, 2020, also asked the EC to explain what it meant by registration outside stipulated time, how the 14,000 individuals got registered outside the stipulated time, amongst other concerns. Now, we've been joined on the phone lines by David Kumi Ado, who happens to be the Executive Secretary for Care Ghana. Good afternoon to you, Mr. David.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Hello, good afternoon to you, Mr. David.
Good afternoon, my brother. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello, Mr. David. If you can hear me, good afternoon to you. All right, so as part of the statement put out by the EC, it says amongst 30,000 disqualified, 14,000 were individuals whose disqualification were as a result of registering after a period of registration. Your organization or institution seems to have an issue with that. Share with me what the issues are.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to yourself and good afternoon. One piece of information from the electoral commission itself. Compilation of the voters register by the electoral commission. The constitution has mandated the electoral commission to engage in this. The electoral commission comes to that 4,000 individuals have been able to register after the registration period.
Okay.
What is the electoral commission telling Ghanaians? Is the electoral commission telling Ghanaians that its system has been hacked into, and then people are sitting somewhere with their own gadgets? They can register people and send them onto the system of the electoral commission. Is that what the electoral commission is telling us? If that is the case, is it what the electoral commission?
Okay, all right. I can hear you say. Continue.
They are procuring new robust system that cannot be infiltrated, neither can it be manipulated. Individual and there's something if registration happens, it happens. People. The electoral commission must let Ghanaians know, because this is a criminal conduct. If anybody can sit elsewhere and get to the system of the electoral commission, then we are going to this 7th December election. It means that anybody who has can sit anywhere and get into the system and manipulate the figures. We remember 2016. The electoral commission came to Ghanaians that the system has been compromised. Therefore, they are reverting to the manual transmission of results.
That's true.
We don't want prosperity of the party to take to guard against. Now, the electoral commission also told us that after the registration exercise, the electoral commission announced 16,963,306 people who have been registered by the electoral commission. After the exhibition exercise, which under normal circumstances, after any exhibition exercise, the figure reduces because many people may have been challenged. which were not able to substantiate their validity on the register. Therefore, their names are expunged from the register. But today, mysteriously, after exhibition exercise, the voter roll was increased from 50 million to 70 million.
Okay.
An increment of 34,430. Where is that name? Where did that name come from? Those names, where did they come from? How did they get onto the register? There are many questions that are begging for answers. That the Electoral Commission needs to bring Ghanaians up to date. Because, you see, if this election is going to be peaceful, the Electoral Commission is a key actor to a peaceful election. Therefore, the Electoral Commission cannot just come and tell us, oh, we are taking 30,000 names out of the register because they are engaged in registration malpractice. As I sit here, as I speak with you, I don't know whether my name is part of the 30,000 or my name is not part of the 30,000. I am sure speaking to you yourself, you don't even know whether your name is part of the 30,000. Just the need for the Electoral Commission so that everybody will have an opportunity to go and ascertain whether your name is there, part of the 30,000, or your name is not part of the 30,000. So this is what you are requesting of the Electoral Commission, my brother.
Okay, now, let's look at this. So, with everything that you said, all that I can deduce from it is that we, the people of Ghanaian, cannot trust this current voter registration or register.
Let me explain up. I can barely hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's a bit rough, but I can hear you.
So I'm saying that with all I can deduce from what you're saying is that the good people of Ghana or Ghanaians cannot, as it were, trust this current voter register. Is that what you're saying?
What we are saying is that the 30,000 names that have been expunged from the voters register, you and I don't know whether your name is there. And over 30 million people are sitting on tenterhooks because the question that today every Ghanaian is asking is whether my name is part of those that have been expunged from the voters register or my name is in the voters register.
So you are calling the EC to publish the names of the 30,000 persons who have been excluded from the register?
Exactly, and then again asking the EC to finish us with these questions that are begging for answers. First of all, who registered the 14,000 people that the Electoral Commission says that they were registered after the stipulated period of the registration exercise? Who registered these individuals?
Yes.
Where were they registered? What time were they registered? And how were they registered? Because the devices, the registration devices, is in the custody of the Electoral Commission. And the Electoral Commission alone is the one that has access to the IT system.
Yeah.
Okay. The reason why the Electoral Commission changed the IT infrastructure is to have an exclusive code of the source code of the IT system. So if the Electoral Commission is the only one who has the source code of the IT system, how were people able to register 14,000 people onto the system that the Electoral Commission is telling us today? So these are the questions we are asking the Electoral Commission. First of all, publish the 30,000 names. Secondly, how the people were registered onto the system of the Electoral Commission, so that means we will know, because we deserve to know going into the election. No, we deserve to know that nobody can sit somewhere and manipulate the figures in favor of any other political party.
Okay. Now, could there be any reason why, as it stands now, the Electoral Commission has not been able to publish the names of the 30,000 persons who are not part of the register as it stands now? Could there be any particular reason?
Well, we've written to the Electoral Commission. We've not gotten answers yet, and we don't know as to the reason why up to today it's been difficult for the Electoral Commission to publish names. We are saying that if the Electoral Commission refuses to heed to our call, our next line of action is to go to court to compel the Electoral Commission to publish the names.
Yeah, because
every single individual, the Constitution has given every single individual of this nation a citizen the right to participate in every public election, and the Electoral Commission has no right to determine who can participate and who cannot participate.
Because the reason why I asked this question, or I posed this question, is because this has a tendency of breeding chaos and mayhem. I mean, at any polling stations. Because at the end of the day, if an individual who knows that I have registered and do not even have a clue of my name being taken out gets to the voter registration center and tries to register, and he or she is being told that your name is not in the system, it could create some sort of mayhem at the police station, and this is what we're trying to avoid at this year's election. Is that not so?
Unfortunately, the line is very bad. I didn't hear a bit of what you said.
So, can you hear me now?
No, it's still bad.
Hello, is it okay? Can you position yourself very well? Is it okay now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm saying that the reason why I posed the earlier question was that this has a tendency of creating chaos and mayhem in our various polling stations. Because take it or leave it, if an individual should move to the voter registration center to vote, knowing well that I have registered and I do not have my name being posted out, whether or not I have been taken out, and I get there to register and I'm being told that my name is not part of the system, it has a tendency of breeding, some chaos, some controversies and all that. Is that not so?
It is very, very true. I received a tweet of the Electoral Commission today, calling on the youth, first-time voters, to be agents of a peaceful election, or be agents of peace in the coming election. And I asked myself, Electoral Commission, you yourself, your conduct, your assertions, and the things you do, it's not fostering unity. It is not calling for peace. How then do you call others to ensure that they are agents for peace? It said that whoever calls for equity must come with a clean hand. The Electoral Commission must come with a clean hand first before it can advise anyone else. These things that the Electoral Commission is doing, it will create chaos, and it is a threat to our peace and our present democracy. You understand that? So the Electoral Commission, as an issue, must do things that will bring peace before it comes out to come and advise anybody to be an agent of peace. If I go to the polls and my name is not in the register, and the election day is only one day, many people will go there and if they don't find their names in the register, you think people will just vote because the name is not in the register? Nobody will do that. The Electoral Commission should not play with our fledgling democracy and the peace we have enjoyed for the time being.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. David Kumi-Addo. So we've been in conversation with Mr. David Kumi-Addo, who is the Executive Secretary for Care Ghana organization. Now let's do some other related stories. Now the Northern Regional Minister, Salifu Saheed, has cut short for work to commence on the liquid and solid waste treatment plant for the people of the Northern region. He asserted that the project will help in the attainment of some United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, of which the President is a co-chair to. There's more to the story.
The liquid and solid waste treatment plant is a 20 million euro facility to be constructed by the Abban group of companies with collaboration from the government of Ghana. The facility, when completed, will serve 5 other assemblies in the northern region. It would also create jobs and compost for the local farmers. Speaking at the sword cutting ceremony, the Northern Regional Minister, Salifu Saheed, indicated that the President, as a co-chair of the United Nations SDGs, is keen on implementing projects that will help in achieving these goals.
Working closely to ensure that President Nana Addo Dankwa, who is also the co-chair for the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, is working closely to ensure that most of his policies are fashioned in line with the Sustainable Development Goals. And this project that we are seeing is to ensure that the good health and well-being of the SDGs are achieved. That is the SDG 3. The other SDG has to do with decent work and economic growth. That is the SDG 8. Then also sustainable cities and communities, SDG 11, and climate action, SDG 13, are all in conformity with the aspirations and the expectations of United Nations and its operating countries. And that is what Ghana we are doing.
He was grateful to the president for bringing development to the people of the North.
So therefore, some of the other parts of the waste will be used to do other alternative things that can be used to be more productive at our household levels. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we want to use this opportunity for me as the regional minister to stand in on behalf of the chiefs and people of Northern Region to thank President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo for seeing to the needs and aspirations of our people, because whatever now is happening in Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi, President Akufo-Addo government has consciously ensured that those things are also brought to the northern part of the country, and we thank President Akufo-Addo for that.
On her part, the general manager of Zoomlion Ghana Limited, Florence Labi, was grateful to government, chiefs and local authorities for supporting the project and enumerated the benefits that comes with the facility.
Over 20 million euros, and this will be completed within 4 and 12 months respectively. Means the solid waste treatment plant will be completed within 4 months, and then the wastewater will be 12 months. What are the benefits of this plan? It is to create jobs for the youth, that is 75 direct and over 200 indirect jobs, and also to boost tourism and cleanliness in the central business districts. General improvements in sanitation in the capital, improved health and social well-being of the people of Tamale and its environs, because it's going to eliminate the dangerous gases from the untreated waste. Overall, the achievement of the President's vision of making Ghana the cleanest country in Africa is also going to be realized. Now, it's also going to contribute to the attainment of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals on sanitation and also climate action. Appreciation I wish on behalf of the Executive Chairman, the Board, Management and Staff of Johnson Group and Zoomlion to thank the government of His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, the President, and also our regional minister for their unflinching support.
Now, away from that, the Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana have raised eyebrow over the promise made by the New Patriotic Party to dole out cars to Okada riders following the release of the National Democratic Congress People's Manifesto, which promises to legitimize the Okada business if given the nod. On December 7, 2020, the NPP national organizer Sami Owoku met Okada riders at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, a suburb of Accra, and pledged a better offer by giving them cars. Now, the pressure group in a statement have described the promise as 419 and asked a number of questions. Now, we've been joined on the phone lines by David Abban, who happens to be the PRO for the Ghana Drivers Association. Good afternoon, Mr. David. Hello, good afternoon, Mr. David. Hello, if you can hear me, good afternoon, sir. How are you doing, sir? Yes, so first of all, now you have labeled the promise by the New Patriotic Party, the governing New Patriotic Party, to give out vehicles in replacement of the Okada as 419, and you have described it as mere rhetorics just to amass or canvass for votes come December 7, 2020 elections. What do you say about this?
Okay, thank you very much. Before I start, there is a saying in Akan language that quarter of a mountain man in a day. You see, we are in Ghana here. We the commercial president. Okay. And give us one car. A pack of 15 or road for it. Okay. Commenting the Okada drivers, according to the Okada Riders Association, the chairman have told us that the number of Accra alone is thinking, are they going to win? And this 4 years interval, you haven't even one thing. See, we're in Ghana. We can go back to history.
Okay.
Kufuor created 2 lorry stations. John Dramani Mahama and Asamoah created 4 lorry stations. Kufuor, on his tenure of office, 4 years now, not even single station has been created.
Okay.
And you are saying you will give this Okada riders. They are in Accra alone, they are 1,500, and you are saying you will give them all they think is to canvass votes. This comes elected. We are not going to fall for this. Because for 4 years we didn't build a station. We didn't build a route.
Okay.
And you want to give them cars to apply on which road?
Now talking of
Content drivers, we have seen a lot.
now talking of giving them. Okay.
Recently, we were told that, you know, we should come for a meeting. The meeting that we went, all the things that we put to them, it's not happening. 2 years now, nothing of that nature has happened. So we think this is 419. It is now. You know, it's beginning, and we will not fall for this.
Now, talking of giving them cars, now one would say that you are trying, or the Association of Drivers are just trying to close its territory, not to give chance for Okada to also elevate themselves to also owning vehicles, or I mean, as it were, cars for commercial use. Is that also the case? Alright, so I'm saying that one might also pose a question that given your recent condemnation of the MPP giving cars or vehicles to the Okada riders, one would also describe it as I mean, the association, that is the Drivers Association of Ghana, also protecting its territory, not giving the opportunity or chance for people to also enter into it, just closing your circles. Is that the case as well?
It's not the, that's not the, you see, I have laughed. You see, we are in this country. Unlawful driving on like Uber and Co. They are all into the system. We are already in a system. We are not fighting Uber. We are not fighting taxi. We are not fighting Janko. We are not fighting none of them. So why would we fight our president?
Okay.
This market is elected promise. Nothing but elected promise. It's not true. It's like mirage. It won't come on.
Okay. Now, so now there's a section of the public who have also, and also some political actors who have also asserted that yes, the Okada business, there's huge risk involved in it, and so the MPP's promise of giving them vehicles and cars to as a result to take off the Okada is progressive. Would you also describe it as progressive enough, given the fact or given the risk involved in the Okada business?
Very, very progressive. But we are saying it's not true. The reason being that we are private. 4 years now, not even a single pass has been given to you. That's their and it is not there. It is not there, my friend. It is not there. You can call a spade and stop calling a spade a big spoon. The thing we are saying so is that see, in Accra, we have Atwater Terminal, we have Temaseki Terminal, we have Kaniki Terminal. These terminals are all full to capacity. So these people, where are they going to work? Abban Terminal is also full. Go to Abban, the terminal is full. All the terminals are full. Even we, the existing one, we don't have a parking space.
Okay, now you have cited a number of challenges. You've spoken about lack of terminals across even the country, lack of space for even drivers to park their vehicles and all that. I know of bad roads and all that. What other challenges is the Drivers Association of Ghana also facing, aside this one that you've mentioned? Hello? Okay, I think we've lost we've lost Mr. David, who happens to be the PR for the Concerned Drivers Association. As and when we get him, we'll still put him on the line and still continue with our conversation. We'll go for a quick break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's incredible! Bang on target!
And it's nice. I did Truman capsules and so at their brand.
I can't tell what's a good deal to me, dear.
At the account, now you're bear man and wow.
Truman capsules. One mama ya bema bion.
Truman ye marime drew and mofra woni in fiedun watchi into me numbi. Sa jedien krato we FDA for shemu ajatum say she.
Na jauti kai mu da do presi wa se wanti mensi
Mate insist be sire why. Na me yikwa na teche we. O jari malaria din ya chinsa.
Eja kan akoma 2 years. So onom dan proke heba mister. Osisi mbadu se from oyire nso. Doctor ka chene se o malaria mo ani bi oni pedue mu a. So onom dank antima X yare malaria ebe kokra. Obi wo honom a ne yem ye ne yanso a. So onom dank gastro care heba mister. Oho beton. Dank phyto care heba mister. Koko ebe ye hu adwuma ma. Wapon waposo tutu dank extra care heba mister. Obenya hoden ne watimi anante. Make a food dank no nyina e de amamo.
Na ebenya dwe nya bi we.
Pharmacy shop and a herbal shop also per dank nura. Ye be ma obi.
Pacho mo number ye say
0266593330.
Enroi oba pemfo oba o ma akora nufo ani akora woni mfie du mienu ntime no.
FDA ahwehwe saa edwadie kratwe mu ajatum se eye.
Do you desire to develop a career in media and journalism, beauty and cosmetology, fashion and designing? Then the best institution to help you achieve your desired goals is GH Schools. In our media school, we offer 1-year certificate and 2-year diploma courses in television and film production, journalism and media studies, journalism and media art. In our cosmetology school, we offer 2 years full cosmetology course, 1.5 years beauty therapy course, 1 year beauty specialist course. In the fashion school, our programs include 1 year certificate course in fashion design, 2 years diploma course in fashion design and technology. At GH Schools, industrial attachment is assured. We offer 70% practical training and 30% theory. Our fees are affordable and paid in installments. Register online at www.admissions.ghschools.online. GH Schools. Train, practice, achieve.
it's incredible. Bang on target.
On some election-related issues. Now, the manifesto launch of the CPP Conventions People's Party is currently ongoing, and my colleague Oscar Akaba is on standby at the headquarters where the happenings in there. If you can hear me, Oscar, good afternoon to you. Hello, Oscar, good afternoon to you.
Hello.
Yeah, Oscar, good afternoon to you. Yes, first of all, paint to us a picture of the happenings at the headquarters as it stands now. Hello? Hello? Okay, all right. So I think we're having a bit of technical issues. As and when we get to Oscar, we'll still bring him on the line. It's very important and imperative that we get to know the happenings in the headquarters as it stands now. Yes, the CPP is currently launching its manifesto at its headquarters, and we'll be very pretty much. Yes, Oscar. Good afternoon. Yes, you're back. All right, to talk to us.
Good afternoon.
Yes, so I asked paint to us a picture of what is happening currently at the headquarters, at the CPP headquarters, with regards to their manifesto launch. If you can position yourself very well for me.
According to them, the NPP and the MPP have failed Ghanaians woefully.
Okay.
And a reason why they should give them a big electric shock during the coming presidential election, because it's about time Ghanaians go back to what they know as encouraging, where industrialization, where youth empowerment and job creation was the center of the PPP government. According to the flag bearer, all it says, because the PPP is now poised and ready to run this country and make it come back to its past glory. This is exactly what has happened at the PPP headquarters currently.
Okay, so if I'm getting you right, the flag bearer has already spoken.
Yes, please.
Okay, so what are some of the key points that you think he spoke about and you think is really important to share with us with regards to anything that you said?
Yeah, and he gave a 10-point program of the Convention People Party, which starts on governance, where he's saying some of them are saying immediately to implement the right information bill. Okay. They are also going to freeze all Article 71 ex-gratia payments. They are going to review such ex-gratia payments to parliamentarians. They also touch on infrastructure, where they are saying they are going to work on infrastructure to revamp the infrastructure sector.
Okay.
They've also spoken about the food and agricultural sector, where they are trying to understand the true needs of the farmers on the ground, and by giving them a better, to be able to sell their produce after farming and harvesting. They've also spoken about the economy, taxation and investment, where an example, they are seeking to review and reduce corporate tax from 25% to 20% to Ghanaian owned businesses, and the fact that they want to reduce it from 10% to a single digit. These are some of the promises I would say they are putting across for Ghanaians. On the issues of fisheries also, they I think they are going to ban all foreign fishing trawlers from the Ghana's economic fishing zone.
Okay, thank you very much. And before I let you go, aside the flag bearer and its and his running mate, what other big political actors do you see around?
I can't hear you well. If I hear you very well, what it can be added to it, they also elaborated on their plan for health, housing, and other emergency issues that they are trying to look at. So currently, as we speak now, the program has also come to an end where they have launched their manifesto successfully.
Alright, thank you very much. We'll still get back to you as and when there are certain new developments with regards to the launch, manifesto launch. I have been speaking to my colleague, Oscar Kaba, who currently is at the CPP headquarters, giving us updates of what is currently happening with regards to their manifesto launch. And let's move on to the next story. Now, after years of trekking miles away to access the only water available to them and dealing with the menace of the unsafe source of water in the community, the people of Nyamebetre in the central region can now have a sight of relief through the provision of a borehole by non-governmental organization KJM Foundation. The gesture led by the foundation's Goodwill Ambassador, Kelvin Mensah, forms part of the organization's clean water project from deprived communities in Ghana. Now, my colleague Fauzu Masawudu was at the commissioning exercise, and he's come through with this report. There's more to this.
Nyamebetre is a community situated in the Ewutu-Senya District Assembly of the Central Region. It is an approximate 2-hour drive from the popular Kaswan township of the region and accommodates some 70 inhabitants. Unstable electricity and telecommunication network, typical of most deprived communities in Ghana, has been a challenge to the community, and most hydra-headed amongst the myriad of problems they are faced with is access to potable water. After years of traveling miles away to access the only available potable water to them and battling with diseases born out of the unsafe source in the community, residents have been rescued of this canker through the provision of a borehole by Ghanaian-based non-governmental organization KJM Foundation. Assembly member of the Ayenswakun electoral area, Kwansa, acknowledged the benevolence was timely as all efforts he has made to address the crisis had proved futile.
And the NGO within the KGM Foundation, Abban Adom, Ama Wonshu, Yameno no Kwamete, Mahua, Yameni Soso Bibre. Adia Nemesumi 2-1 among say, never one and Yamia Adom, Nesse, NGO see Abaye Doya dia. Now say, Menso, Menegie, Ewie me paye, now Feminum say, me how bako, Meso.
Speaking at the commissioning, Goodwill Ambassador of the organization, Kelvin Mensah, reaffirmed his commitment to drive a positive change in Ghana and Africa at large, and the project is one of the many the foundation's several efforts to effect this change.
I took the initiative to actually give back, take my time, take my money, come back to the motherland where I'm from, which is Ghana, and give access to clean drinking water here in Ghana.
So what's more?
I'm actually taking the initiative to do other boreholes around Africa, not only Ghana, but I want to start here in Ghana. I want to actually do at least 3 to 5 here in Ghana. Then I want to travel around Africa and do the same.
The author and entrepreneur also reiterated his conviction to empower and assist the youth to develop in their chosen endeavors.
I'm also starting, basically within the same foundation, I'm also starting the PJ Kev Approved Foundation, which is under the same KJM Foundation, to help give school supplies to kids all around Africa as well. I have a book that I like to give to students to read, young entrepreneurs. It's called How to Get Funding for Your Startup. I want to start there and just do project by project and take it day by day.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Indeed, the narrative of once a village in dire need has changed, and the residents bear it all.
First, you don't so cry. Say, I'm saying, I will cry. We just about them cry, and yeah, and fata. It's so bad that I'm Shram. I am Cassi. I'm down when you be somewhere there. Okay, Damasi, why are doing so? First, you see a papa, you see me.
yɛbɔkɔ yesu anapa oba bapra kwa yesu ansa na bɛyɛ dzime akɔ habam eba se akɔ asidanka mozin da yɛdama ase machine nyininya ti ya mehyiam nsinzi yɛbɔhwɛ do ye.
The Namibetre Clean Water Project is one of the many embarked on by the KJM Foundation in line with their vision to end the water crisis in Ghana and across Africa. Musa Musa is director of the foundation.
Since we started KJM Foundation, my partner and I, Kojo Jones, we've done about 7, I think, boreholes, and this is our 8th one.
Okay.
Again, it's just an amazing thing. I just told a friend of mine, they say the giver receives more than the receiver, and I think with this one I've definitely received a lot. To see the smile on the children's faces, and to see that we've actually impacted this village, that they can spend more time with their families and more time working as opposed to going to fetch water. I think we're extremely grateful and we're happy that they've allowed us to do this.
Okay. What is the original dish?
This year we wanted to do 33, but I think we're able to do, like I said, the 8. Next year our goal is to do at least 14, so at least one a month.
To the adults, this is a big rescue from gulping daily to the unsafe water. But for the many children who have shared vision of a better tomorrow, it is yet another day to hope anew. Their euphoria was very much alive and simply contagious.
Well, traveling miles away to get access to potable water and drinking from unsafe sources of water had become a thing of the past to the people here at the Namibetre community. Kind of courtesy the KJM Foundation. They are all ecstatic and the purpose is simple. Their tears have turned water. For Pan African News, Fauzu Masaudu, Namibetre.
So that's all for our local stories. Now let's do some business story. Now, board chairman of Exim Group of Companies, Edwin Langman, has urged government to consider them on the board of Tree Crop Development Authority. In an interaction with our news team, he revealed that their 15 years experience in the cashew production and export brings to the table a better understanding of farmers and exports through concerns.
Kingdom Exim Ghana Limited is the leading exporter of cashew and other tree crops in Ghana for the past 15 years with numerous local and international awards. The board chair applauded government for the establishment of the Tree Crop Development Authority and added that this will help the non-traditional export crops do well in the market. Edwin Langma was also of the view that if cashew production is rigorously pursued, the venture can overtake the Ghana export traditional cocoa revenue generated annually on the commodity stock market.
We are here at Kingdom Exim Company Limited, one of the biggest companies when it comes to cashew production and also when it comes to exporting. We are here to find out from them the challenges that the cashew producers faces and also what they want the government to do to help them. What is the importance of Kingdom Exim when it comes to cashew production?
Okay, Kingdom Exim is in the export of agro products generally. Kingdom Exim has been in the business of exporting agro products for the past 13 years, and for the better part of 5 years Kingdom Exim Ghana Limited has been the market leader in the export of cashew. Debilitating consequence on the market. Some of these private interest groups that are being formed we know are trying to promote some interests which are not quite in the interest of farmers and even traders at large. What are some of these that I'm talking about? We have a clear understanding and evidence that there are even groups being formed that seek to regulate and even kind of place ceilings on the prices at which farmers can sell these products. For this, we believe that practices like this will not be in the interest of farmers, both in the short term and in the long term. It will not be good for the nation as a whole.
He further appealed to government to consider making room for their company to be fully represented on the Tree Crop Development Authority Board, taking into account their 15-year experience in cashew farming, processing and export markets.
So over the past few years, there have been a few developments on the market, some positive and some not so positive. For instance, the government has put in place the Tree Crop Development Authority, which I think it's a great news for the cashew industry in Ghana, as it seeks to promote the welfare of farmers and the development of the industry. However, there are other, like I said, there is a good side, and the other side is the formation or the appearance of the Cashew Council of Ghana, which activities have not been so much in the interest of cashew farmers.
So that's all we have for you on our business phone. Now let's do some international stories. Now, prominent Saudi Arabia's women's rights activist Loujain Al-Hatlaoui has been imprisoned by Saudi government authority for the last 3 years, has relaunched her hunger strike in protest against prison officials' decision to not allow her to maintain regular contact with her family. The news outlet Middle East Monitor reported on Wednesday, October 28, 2020.
Loujain and other prisoners are facing very cruel, extreme restrictions from Saudi prison authorities, who have not been allowing the prisoners to contact their family members for months on end, in a gross violation of their legal and human rights. Hatlaoui had earlier embarked on a hunger strike for almost a week in September, after the administration of the Al-Hayr prison prevented her from contacting her family members via telephone calls for more than 90 days. Her hunger strike in September ended up raising concerns about her health and well-being after she suffered from a drastic deterioration in her physical conditions because of the strike. According to Loujain's family members, she had informed her parents of her intentions to relaunch the hunger strike when they had gone to the prison to visit her on Monday this week. Loujain's sister limit human-to-human contact. However, since general restrictions have been relaxed for the majority of the population, for their various campaigns against the driving ban and against the guardianship system, throwing many of them in prison for indefinite periods of time. The Saudi government did not even inform the activists, their lawyers and families of the causes for the arrest and detention, or what charges were being brought against them at the time. International human rights organizations such as Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch and others, as well as international parliamentary delegations from Europe, UK have been regularly denouncing the abusive treatment that the Saudi authorities are inflicting upon the people it has been unfairly imprisoning in the country.
The People's Dispatch for our international news. This is how we wrap up on today's edition of our news. But before we leave, let's take a look at our headlines. Now, on local front, we did MPP independent candidates forced to step down. And also we tagged the Northern region getting liquid and solid waste treatment plant. And on the business today, we did the Kingdom Exim group of companies call on governments to support cashew industry. We brought you some coverage on international business and other related stories. Now this is how we wrap up on today's edition of the news. My name is Abban. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms for more updates. Do enjoy the rest of our programs.